Welcome to the 2019 LA Auto Show. We are live here at the LA Convention Center, bringing you the third installment of what we're calling on-site preview and Hyundai news here at the LA Auto Show. There are more than 1,000 cars on the carpet, and we are going to spend the next 4 minutes talking to you guys about what's going to be happening here in the Hyundai booth. We will then showcase to you the upcoming press conference where there will be 3 vehicles debuted here in the Hyundai booth. Following the press conference program, we will come back to you with some key interviews, sharing what's happening here at the Hyundai press conference around the globe. So we wanted to thank you for being with us today. I'm Mike Caudill, and I'm going to be your host over the next 3 minutes as we get ready to talk about things happening here in the booth. Now, Hyundai's been making a lot of news over the last year, especially with that all-new Hyundai Palisade, hitting dealerships nationwide. Prices are great, consumers are loving it, it's receiving a ton of awards, and people are looking forward to seeing what's next coming down the pipeline here with Hyundai. As you take a look around the booth, and I'm going to let you peek over my shoulder for a minute, you've got silks on cars, and we've got possible SUV, we've got a possible vehicle. I'm not going to be able to tell you, but I think somebody that can tell you a little bit about what's happening at Hyundai right now, longtime friend of mine, Derek Joyce.
How you doing?
Derek, we're broadcasting around the globe right now. You're obviously in the trenches with things happening with Hyundai.
Very busy.
Tell us what's happening. Can you give us a little bit of a glimpse?
Well, we got 2 great concepts for you today. They're on opposite side of our design spectrum and product spectrum. One's very eco-focused and one's very racing and high-performance motorsports focused. So we're covering the whole spectrum today. We've also got a production-related vehicle in the eco realm that we're going to tell you more about.
Now, I want to take a little stroll down the past few months. The Palisade has been such an innovative vehicle for you within the Hyundai lineup. Tell me what this has done for the brand.
Oh, it's just been fantastic. The vehicle's been very well received by media and consumers. And this morning, it became a finalist for the SUV of the year. The World Car, the U.S. Car Jury selected it. That's a huge award. There's only 3 selected. And yeah, this morning we just found out it's a finalist. So.
All right, so we're going to have a celebrity guest today that's going to be on here behind us. I bet you can't tell me who it's going to be yet.
Can't tell you. He's fairly handsome. You know, just stay tuned. It'll be interesting for you.
All right, so we got a lot of great things happening here in the Hyundai booth. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to be showcasing now. Hyundai made an announcement last year that they were going to be showcasing a variety of new SUVs in the marketplace, and I think you guys have brought how many to the market in the last year to 2 years?
We are at 7. So yeah, we really have a full SUV lineup right now, and super strong products all around. You know, as you know, last year Kona won the SUV of the year, and we've just got a super strong SUV lineup right now. Fantastic.
Tell me a little bit about your powertrains. Right now, you know, the Ioniq has been on the market now. It's an electrified vehicle, and we've got a variety of different things happening with Hyundai right now from a powertrain standpoint. Tell me about the direction that you're going and what you're showcasing to the world with these vehicles.
Well, as I alluded to earlier, we're covering all sides of the powertrain spectrum. So we're definitely a world leader in eco powertrains, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, electric, and fuel cell. And we're also developing a lot of performance with our N brand. So we're covering those 2 extremes and everything in between really well. And our powertrains are really satisfying customers.
All right, well, thanks, Derek. We appreciate you stopping by. As we look over our shoulder, we've got about 2 minutes until this press conference kicks off, and I want to have you just pan around for a minute because it's fun for people that are tuning in from around the globe. You can obviously see that there are a lot of people here participating in this press conference. People come from all over the world, all over the globe to see what's happening at auto shows, and what's really unique is the Detroit Auto Show is actually not happening in January like it normally does. So people are actually here in LA participating in the auto show. They're using it as an opportunity and a jumping off point to showcase all of the vehicles that are going to be hitting the marketplace. So with that said, we are now 1 minute out. I'm going to stop talking. We're going to move to the press conference here in a minute, showcase all the new vehicles that are happening within the Hyundai booth. Stay tuned. We'll be back after the press conference.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hyundai's Vice President of National Sales, Randy Parker.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here at Automobility LA. We always welcome the opportunity to come before you and present our newest concept cars and product direction. Today, we have 5 vehicles to share with you, 2 global reveals at polar opposite ends of our design spectrum, plus a significant enhancement to our eco-friendly Ioniq line. You'll hear from Hyundai's lead designer, Sang-Yap Lee, the head of Hyundai R&D, Albert Bierman, and a special guest you're not going to want to miss. Hyundai's brand positioning is summed up in our slogan, "Better drives us." That statement is much more than a simple tagline to sell cars. It represents who we are and what we do every single day at Hyundai. We are constantly in search of what's better and believe that you can only find it when you put people first, when you improve their lives, protect their loved ones, and build cars with their needs in mind. After all, if you're not making things better for your customers, then who are you making them better for? Better drives us sums up what we expect of ourselves and what our customers expect from us. It's a philosophy that ensures that we meet and even exceed our customers' growing expectations in the years ahead. With the addition of the all-new 2020 Sonata, we now have among the newest product lineups in the industry, and no one, and let me repeat this, no one has more IIHS awards than we do. Our new vehicles continue to rack up competitive awards and competitive comparison wins over key competitors, not simply because they are better built or better equipped, but because they're better designed for our customers. You know, it could be very easy to lose sight just how far Hyundai Motor America has come in the past 3 decades. Back in 1986, we launched with the compact Excel sedan. And then a few years later, we expanded that lineup with our midsize Sonata sedan. And shortly thereafter, the Elantra sedan. 3 sedans, that was it. Compare that limited selection to our extraordinary lineup today. In model year 2020, we're fielding 7 SUVs and 7 cars, plus our 3-in-1 powertrain Ioniq that appeals to different people's needs and driving preferences. We've come a long way since the 1980s, and much further than many observers would have guessed. Along the way, we've taken some real technological strides, and as a leader in the industry, we've driven forward the rapid application of these technologies. One sea change our industry faces is the rapid electrification of powertrains. As many of you know, we've been dedicated to the principle of clean mobility since the beginning, not just to showcase Hyundai's technological skills or to comply with some government mandate, but to make things better for people, and by extension, better for the planet we all inhabit. Our dedication to clean mobility has helped us develop the industry's leading variety of eco-focused electric powertrains. Our electrified lineup now includes hybrid, plug-in, battery electric, as well as fuel cell vehicles. And speaking of fuel cell, we recently introduced Nexo, the world's first dedicated hydrogen-powered SUV, as further evidence of Hyundai's eco-technology leadership and our commitment to a more sustainable future. By 2022, Hyundai will introduce 6 hybrid and electric-powered sedans and 7 SUVs here in the US. The all-new Sonata Hybrid arrives in the second quarter of 2020, and we'll be showcasing 7 other eco-focused products over the next 3 years. Now, let's get to the business at hand, the most recent products from Hyundai's ongoing R&D efforts. The first innovative concept we'll show you completely reimagines the potential for the compact SUV category. And we are pleased to have Senior Vice President and Head of Hyundai Design Center, Sang-Yap Lee, with us today to present to you. Please give him a warm welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The passion and excitement I felt last year comes rushing back today as I meet you all once again. At this spot, we first introduced Hyundai's flagship SUV, the Palisade. Also this year, at the New York International Auto Show, we revealed our smallest SUV, the Venue. the little giant. These two cars complete our SUV lineup and the current generation of Hyundai design. And so today, I stand here to open a new chapter of Hyundai design. The heart of our design effort is the customer. And the starting point is the sensuous sportiness. Our new theme that reflects our goal to build beloved brand. Then how? That we add emotional value to our cars through the designs that the customer will love. We say customer, but there is not just one type. Because every customer has their own lifestyle, we believe that there is no single solution that encompasses the everything. Each design has a distinctive character and a unique spirit. We call this the Hyundai look. What spirit is contained in the design that I am showing you today? The good design speaks for itself. Ladies and gentlemen, our Vision T.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Hyundai Vision T.
Thank you. Whew. I've seen this 1,000 times, and I am impressed. This is our Vision T crossover, and it is unlike any other SUV. It is a new urban adventurer, dynamic, sporty, and muscular. The Vision T crossover is the core vehicle that will take us to the next level in SUV design. It has a long hood and a level roofline, along with a long wheelbase and a shorter overhangs that emphasize its dynamic character. The avant-garde design gives it a full-length, coupe-like feeling. Vision T uses the angles and edges to create a striking contrast between a sleek silhouette and masculine wedge lines. This contrast is a design element unique to a T, differentiating it from any other SUVs. The charismatic, arresting tension and appeals that make the car undeniably Hyundai. The exterior is a unique, the mineral theme design we call parametric surfaces. This completely innovative design concept removes the boundary of the body, lamps, and the grills. The light gleams off the concave and convex surfaces across the body to create extreme tension. We also create a little magic with our Vision T by using some of the Hyundai's best technologies that we have achieved an integrated design of the grille and the headlamp. This is a signature element of sensuous sportiness, once again, adding unexpected emotional value. It was first introduced in 2018 at Geneva Auto Show with the concept car Le Feu Rouge. And this month in Korea, it was applied to mass production car for the first time in the Korean Grandeur facelift model. And now it evolves to the next level with the Vision T. Even at a distance, at a single glance, you know this car is a Hyundai. In addition, the active integrated grille controls airflow while driving in higher speed. Less aerodynamic drag allows the car to simply slice through the air, boosting the efficiency. This is one of the ways we are advancing in electrification. The future of mobility is electric, and we will reach into the uncharted territories of a design to show you the future. The Vision T is powered by plug-in hybrid, is keeping with its eco-lifestyle focus and its inherent balance with its environment. We are applying this and other electrification technologies throughout our lineup. And today, we bring you the latest advancement to our eco-friendly Ioniq platform. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome film and television actor and producer, starring in the upcoming Netflix series Jupiter's Legacy, and directing and starring in the 2019 comedy Buddy Games, Josh Duhamel.
Hi, everybody. How great it is to be back in LA. I am pleased to be here on behalf of Hyundai and the exciting new Ioniq. My profile page doesn't mention this, and I don't really like to brag, but I was what you would describe an early adopter of eco-friendly vehicles. They're good for people and they're good for the planet. They're the future of mobility, and they can be a lot of fun to drive. I leased my first Hyundai in 2015. It was the Tucson fuel cell, and I've been sold on the future of electrification ever since. When the Nexo fuel cell came out, Hyundai wanted my opinion, so they loaned me one. And the Nexo truly is an awesome car. We even made a little fun video about it, just to show you how much fun it is to drive a hydrogen-powered vehicle and the effect that it can have on others. When you're using the most abundant natural resource on the planet to generate electricity, and when your only emission is water, you really feel like you're doing your part for the environment. I mean, talk about leaving no trace, right? What I want in an electric vehicle is what everybody wants, a car that's reliable, simple to operate, well-equipped, and fun. A car with great driving range because nobody really wants to get stranded. What I need is a car like this one right here. It looks good, right? So we cruised this thing around Toronto for the weekend, and man, it's fast. It not only looks great and has a ton of cool features, it has all the driving range that you need, 170 miles on a single charge. And for those who get range anxiety, there's also a plug-in hybrid and a regular hybrid version. Ioniq is also all about making the world a better place, and I think that's something that we all want. Last month, I was on location in Toronto filming, and I had a little free time on my hands. Hyundai asked if I'd like to experience this new Ioniq electric, and of course I was on board. So we put together a little video to show you. Take a look. Wow. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy for that incredible performance. What a weekend. We had so much fun with the new Ioniq. Let me tell you that no turtles were harmed in the filming of that spot. In fact, and I'm not kidding you, that turtle is now my pet, mostly because the pet store wouldn't take it back. And I do have to somehow get it through customs from Toronto back to the US, but I'll figure that out later. But it really is a cute little guy, and he truly is my pet, believe it or not. I had a blast driving this car. It has all the bells and whistles that I need. It's really nice inside. It's roomy, it's quiet, it's easy to charge. In fact, I charged it at lunch and got it back up to 80% in less than an hour. And from what I've heard, it's still one of the most efficient vehicles sold in the US. And while most people think electric cars aren't fun to drive, this car actually has a lot of get up and go. Trust me on that. Best of all, the new Ioniq Electric is really affordable, which allows more people to access emissions-free transportation. And that is also great news for the planet. And because it's so well equipped, it improves the quality of life for anybody who drives it. Like Hyundai says, if you're not making things better for people, then who are you making them better for? And that's why I'm proud to be partnering with Hyundai to introduce this new Ioniq. It's an EV that makes people's lives better and makes the world a better place. Now, just because I care about the environment doesn't mean that I don't care about fast cars. And speaking of fast cars, wait till you see what Hyundai has in store.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and Head of the Research and Development Division for Hyundai Motor Company, Albert Bierman.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you here in Los Angeles. In 2012, Hyundai embarked on an exciting new project to develop and apply high-performance motorsports technologies to future Hyundai N production models. We codenamed the project RM for Racing Midship, a versatile engineering platform that enables us to evaluate various powertrains and performance levels on test tracks that emulate normal roads and environments. Over the years, the RM project has given us extensive hands-on knowledge of high-performance vehicle dynamics under various front-to-rear weight distributions in a fully weighted, high-strength body structure. Today, we are proud to announce the next step in the evolution of this exciting platform, the RM19. This is a high-performance car that features a very powerful two-cylinder turbocharged direct-injected engine. With a TCR-derived sequential racing gearbox, we have set a benchmark for future 8-speed wet dual-clutch transmissions in shifting response and in character. In the next step, this RM19 will receive a powertrain based on our new 2.5-liter direct-injected SmartStream engine combined with an all-new wet dual-clutch gearbox. This is the same engine that powers other TCR race cars from Hyundai N development, like the Veloster N TCR car that just won the Michelin Pilot Challenge Drivers' Championship just last month. This super-efficient turbo makes an astonishing 390 horsepower, enabling superb acceleration. Along with its pure muscle, the RM19 delivers race car-like levels of performance in its balance, in its handling, in braking, and the grip level. While it is completely at home on the test track, it would be also tons of fun to drive it just about anywhere else. Being fun to drive has always been at the heart of the Hyundai N development. And our new prototype takes the pleasure of driving to the next level of excitement, solidly moving N into the prestigious arena of supercar-level performance. Looking to the future, Hyundai Motor Group already has the industry's leading variety electronic powertrains capable of providing instantaneous torque and seat-hugging accelerations. And we are now in the process of taking those powertrains to the next level. We are developing high-performance battery electric and fuel cell electric prototypes in partnership with Remark as part of our effort to introduce 44 eco-friendly models worldwide by 2025. Our strategy prepares Hyundai N to meet the electrification and mobility challenges that all manufacturers will face in the years to come. For Hyundai, these challenges create significant opportunities to demonstrate our leadership. As most of you know, the N of the Hyundai N brand stands for Namyang, the Korean home to HMC's global R&D center, and the legendary Nürburgring, where we hone the Hyundai N's high-performance technologies under grueling conditions. We run our vehicles through 400 to 500 laps on the legendary, nearly 13-mile-long course, racking up thousands of miles of severe driving in the span of just 4 short weeks. Testing like this ensures that our vehicles meet the highest standards of quality and durability and are worthy of the Hyundai nameplate. RM19 has given us new insights about real-world high-performance driving that we can apply to Hyundai N vehicles in the coming years. We hope you have lots of questions for us, and we look forward to speaking with you here on stage. Thanks for attending our press event this morning, and please join us at our annual press reception at the Novo later this evening. Hope to see you there. Now, we need just a few moments for a photo op, and then we'll open the stage so you can take a closer look at the RM19, Ioniq, and of course, the Vision T. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you come up to the stage, please do not touch the Vision T. Thank you.
Well, there you have it, 3 exciting vehicles from Hyundai here at the LA Auto Show, starting with the incredible news with the Ioniq, taking it from one range up to 170 miles of pure electrification. The battery's bigger, it's lower to the ground, great vehicle. And then of course, with the Vision in the middle, being able to stand above the crowd with a new concept vehicle coming to market. And then of course, we've got the RM19, really showcasing a new direction from a motorsports standpoint for the Hyundai brand. Now, we're in the middle of a media scrum right now. It's when all of the media come running up to the stage to take their pictures. We're gonna be looking for our interviews in a minute. I know our first interview is gonna be this man right here. I'm gonna hand this to you. The first one coming in hot. How you doing, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, so I met you yesterday and we had a chance to talk offline about your passion for cars and your experience in driving the Ioniq. When did you first get into electric vehicles?
Well, it goes back to 2015. My neighbor actually had one of the first Tucson fuel cells, and he told me all about it. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing that this thing actually is zero emissions, and the byproduct is water. So I went and found how there were a big wait list for them, and I was able to somehow finagle my way in, and I got one. That was my first experience with an EV.
Now you can drive any vehicle you want, and you chose to work with Hyundai. Tell me about the actual experience driving the Ioniq up in Toronto.
Well, it's just, first of all, it's an amazing looking car. I mean, we actually got a lot of compliments just driving around the street because nobody'd seen them yet. And it's just the features. The features are incredible. It's fast. It feels like you're driving, you know, you would never know. You would never know. And it's just a really comfortable, fast, fun car to drive.
So you just said, fast, and during the press conference you said fast, and we looked at that and we said fast, but
I don't think it's as fast as that.
I just want to I want to talk about this for a minute. So, you know, we've got electrification, we've got concept for the future, and then we've got a performance vehicle. I know some people that could get you driving this on the Nürburgring. What do you think?
You think they'd let me trust me with that thing?
They have to trust you with it. You're already driving a handful of their cars. So,
I don't know, man. That thing looks pretty.
So the Nürburgring is the most famous racetrack. Have you been there before?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I know a person. I have, yeah. I've actually driven on it in an Aston Martin, which is cool. But I think this would actually dupe the speed of an Aston Martin. So great stuff here at the show. What's next? Let's talk about you just for a second. Production. We're talking about movies. Where are you headed next?
Well, I'm headed back to Toronto today, finishing up a show for Netflix that I've been working on for the last 6 months. And then I'm back in LA, take some much needed time off.
Everyone needs a little bit of time. Hey, so I want to thank Josh Duhamel for stopping by and telling us a little bit about his experience with the Ioniq.
We're going to race.
We're going to race.
We're going to race.
I'm going to win, resident car guy, but he's going to be in the Ioniq. Electric means fast, off the line, torque.
They are fast.
It does.
Trust me.
All right, we're going to let him go. There are a lot of people that want to talk to him. Look at all these. Hold on, turn the camera. Let's just show. Look at all these. They all want to talk. You don't want to talk to me? You want to talk to him? Yeah. All right, we're going to let him go. All right, Josh.
Don't you want to know the name of the turtle?
All right, tell us the turtle.
Myrtle, of course.
Myrtle the turtle. Thanks, Josh. All right, so we've got great stuff happening here in the booth. Where's Mike O'Brien? Is he coming? All right, Mike's gonna come next. All right,
Mike,
so
how are you?
I'm great. You know, you and I were talking yesterday. We're not gonna. I promise, Jim Trader, I'm not gonna talk sports.
Tough act to follow, by the way.
We're big sports. Yeah, he's a tough one.
I know.
All right, so there's incredible news happening here in the booth. We talked about all the SUVs last year. We've got a concept, we've got electrification, and now we've got performance. What does all this mean to the brand?
Well, it really highlights the full spectrum of Hyundai's offerings, from eco-friendly, zero-emission cars to super high-performance cars as well. And you know, there's not too many manufacturers that can do both things very, very well, and I think Hyundai does it extremely well.
So I come prepared with questions. That's what I do. So when I come prepared with questions, it's like I'm supposed to not let you, but I will. So, you know, we talk about the love for performance, and you know, in your free time, what does this mean? Where are you heading? The direction of this brand when we talk about speed in cars?
Well, you know, Hyundai has really done a fantastic job this past year in high performance in the high performance category. You look at the RM19, which is you know,
pan over there, guys. We want you to take a look at it.
Yeah, you know, the RM19 really takes Hyundai to a whole nother level. You think about the Veloster N winning the Motor Trend High Performance Car of the Year,
right?
And then the Veloster, you know, team winning the Veloster N team winning the IMSA Championship last year. I mean, again, Hyundai, it just really puts Hyundai on the map in terms of high performance vehicles.
And now let me ask you about the Vision T for a minute, because I didn't know this was coming. You chose a hybrid powertrain for this vehicle. Why did you choose that powertrain for it?
Well, again, I think it highlights and showcases what Hyundai, where we're headed in the future. By 2022, we're going to have at least 13 new eco-friendly focused vehicles to offer, and the Vision T is just one that's coming. So
the innovation continues. Appreciate your time here today. Talk to us. Vice President of Sales Robert Parker, a Steelers fan as well. I'm a Chargers fan. We're both struggling this year.
We're struggling this year, man.
But appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, is Mike O'Brien with us? Albert Bierman next. We're bringing him in. Who's coming in? We got people coming in from multiple directions. I got all kinds of people. We're going to bring Mike O'Brien in. This is 3 times for you and I, partner. We've been talking here at the auto shows and spreading the news around the globe.
I don't want to use veterans. We're too young for that. But we've been doing this.
We are. Okay, so you are managing all product and all strategy for this brand, and I look in this booth and I go, you're one of the most important people with this brand. We've got a race car, we've got a concept vehicle, and then on top of that, we've got electrification. Tell me what's going on with this brand right now.
You know, what's going on with this brand is we have a great team of people. We have a great team of people in terms of designers, a great team of people in terms of product planners, engineers, our advanced product strategy folks, we're really on top of the game in terms of having the right folks doing the right things for our company right now. And now you're seeing all the products of their hard work.
So I come prepared with questions. I've learned my lesson. I want to be able to ask the hard questions. So I was thinking about this before we went on about gas prices, right? They're still relatively affordable. We think about the Ioniq in the marketplace. You're extending the range. What did you decide? How did you extend that range, and where did you extend it to?
Well, the Ioniq, we went to a more efficient battery pack. We now have 38.3 kilowatt hour battery pack. And we've been able to package that in the same size place. So we have the same generous interior size, same generous cargo capacity, and we're able to do that with a more efficient, more advanced battery pack.
One thing I noticed, a little bit more of a futuristic design.
Yes, so we've been able to upgrade both the front and rear look, but the most important thing about the car is we're able to push down the instrument panel and go to a tablet style center stack presentation. So now the car feels much larger. With that push down instrument panel, it makes the car feel very spacious and roomy on the inside.
When will consumers be able to experience the new extended battery range of the Ioniq?
Well, very soon. We'll be shipping those cars, within weeks. So it's not very far off at this point.
So that's one thing I think that stands out for me here is that Hyundai, a lot of companies come to the auto shows, it takes them a year, 2 years, 3 years to get vehicles in the market. You're telling me this is going to be out soon?
Very soon. So it won't be, it'll still be snow on the ground when these vehicles are on sale.
Snow on the ground with rain in LA right now. Hey, I wanted to thank Mike O'Brien for visiting with us today. We've got a couple more folks we're going to run through as we continue this live stream here at the LA Auto Show. As always, every year, every auto show, so great to see you.
Good to see you.
All right, we're going to continue moving. Who do we got next? We spent so much quality time together. So last year we're in New York, we're in LA, and there's so much cool stuff happening from a design and creativity standpoint with the brand. I'm sitting here thinking about it right now. We've got a concept vehicle. We've got electrification, and then we've got a performance car, and we're talking about the Nürburgring.
We got a whole spectrum cover, aren't we?
So tell me what's happening with the brand. Last year was SUVs, and now we got a race car.
We got the whole spectrum. It's like a customer has a different lifestyle, so we have to fulfill each customer's lifestyle. That's all about it.
Now, I know one thing that really matters to you is design and creativity. Tell me about this vehicle over my shoulder.
Mike, we talked about this small SUV venue in your motor show, and before we talked about Palisade. Really shows its own character. Palisade is a mid-large SUV, very rugged, very strong character. Where the venue of a small yet bold, almost like a bulldog character. And this is all about it because you cannot define SUV as a one typology. So we really want to expand and stretch our comfort zone of the SUV lineup. Obviously, this is concept, but this concept will influence one production car very strongly, which is coming out next year. All it is about when we have a venue and a Palisade, we need to have a different typology. And this one really shows very dynamic, almost like a sports, almost like a muscle car character on the SUV format. Although it has a very sporty, very fast, the wheelbase will stretch quite a bit, so we not really compromise the space of the interior. Obviously, my favorite part is the front of the vehicle. Traditional way of thinking of the front, there's a headlamp, the grille, nose, and mount beam bumper. We really want to break this traditional architecture. So we completely integrated the headlamp, the ERL, into the grille shape as a part of the grille, the pattern. We call this parametric hidden lamp. So when it's off, it's completely the part of the grille pattern, but when it's on, it becomes a light signature. So 5 lamps on each side. You look at it. Can you imagine if you actually drive your car, looking at the mirror, there's a car following you at this headlamp.
It'll definitely set itself apart. Now, last year's theme was sport utility vehicles.
Exactly.
I've heard performance in all 3 of these vehicles. Tell me about the performance side of this.
Performance, as I said earlier today, is a performance is a car, is a moving object. Yeah. So performance is automatically built into it. What we want to do is actually give the spectrum for customer. They have option to choose from. The performance side is a very, very important part of us, obviously. You have to enjoy and drive the feels about it. While we're talking about electrification, of course, electrification has to deliver the message, but at the same time, it could be also fun to drive as well. So in both direction actually has to develop in the same path, in my personal point of view.
Well, I know I'm going to come back later today and you and I are going to take a walk through some of these vehicles and spend even more quality time. As always, thank you so much for coming over and spending. We're broadcasting around the globe right now. People are taking a look at all the vehicles and everything happening here in the Hyundai booth. Congratulations again on all that you do.
So more stuff is coming, so stay tuned for that.
More stuff. I heard 25 vehicles by 2020. I was like, what are these numbers? It's crazy.
Next year is a very important year for the Hyundai designs. So
awesome.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Albert Bierman, performance, 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 Nürburgring. What is going on with this cool vehicle over here? I want to start with a little bit of the production value. Tell me about this name. Tell me about this RM. What does that mean?
Yeah, RM stands for Racing Midship. And we started with the whole idea, it's like a rolling lap. Yeah, it's a rolling laboratory, and our engineers, they are playing around with these rolling lap cars for quite some time. The first car took ground in 2014, and now every year we do some enhancement, changing it, and I have to say this is almost the closest to production we ever had, although it looks very wild, but underneath the changes we did and all the learnings we take from this is maybe closer to production than we have been ever before.
Okay, so let's pause on that thought for a minute. Close to production. So let's talk about the Nürburgring and setting lap times. I didn't ask Josh Duhamel, I didn't ask Mike, I didn't ask Sangyup. I want to ask you, have you taken this out on the track and what have you done with it? What kind of times is this car posting?
Of course, I drove it on the Nürburgring Nordschleife and it was tuned. It came alive, all the new chassis. It's a whole new chassis. Everything on the Nürburgring Nordschleife developed in Namyang. And we had already some experts in it, and they couldn't believe how well this car was driving just out of the box. But we don't care for lap times for N cars, as you know. For lap times, we have these other N cars that were winning this year's IMSA championship. This is our race cars. Race cars are supposed to make good lap times and to win races. And last year we proved this with i30N winning the Pirelli World Challenge, and this year we proved it with the Veloster N. That little corner rescue is a racing brother, and yeah, we beat like everybody on the track. And this is when we talk about lap times for race cars. For N cars like this one or the Veloster N, lap times don't have such a strong meaning. It's all about driving fun. And the success of an N car, we're not measuring in 0 to 60 or quarter mile or lap time. We are measuring by heartbeat, the driving fun. Yeah, how long does it take to get crazy about this car? And this is how we talk about performance of an N car. It's more like fun to drive, excitement that you don't want to get out of that car, right? This is how we measure performance.
So let's talk about N. You talked about performance. I want to talk about the N line because this is obviously a motorsports-based product line, right? I've driven the Veloster N, and the active exhaust, just that alone, makes it a fun vehicle to drive. So let's talk about the future of the N line, right? Big brands here like Mercedes and BMW, they have their M brand and AMG. You have the N line. Where can we see this go in the future?
I mean, the biggest difference probably to all the established ones is that we really have an accessible and affordable fun to drive. You know, we don't make fancy cars for hundreds of thousands of dollars and everything. That's our philosophy, yeah, for like accessible fun, not too expensive. And maybe on this project, that's a little bit challenging, right? But on Veloster N, I mean, for 30 grand, you can get all the fun in the world, just proven with a performance award from Road and Track. So, and of course, we will stick to that line. In the early days of N, I said many times, yeah, the fun per dollar rate, that should be the best in an N car. And this is what we will stick to. But we have these three pillars of N, so it has to be the corner rascal, it has to be the everyday sport car, and it has to be the racetrack capable car. These are the three fundamentals, and every true N car will follow that script. N line is a little bit different story. N is more It's a trimline. It's not so crazy for the track driving. It has good performance. It has good handling. It gives more emotion in the driving, but it's not like for race driving, not for the track. But these little N cars, the true N cars, they are track ready anytime.
I like what you said a minute ago about it's not about the race time, it's about how your heart feels. And I think that's something that sets the Hyundai brand apart from some of the other brands here at the auto show is the feeling that you get when you drive. So if we think about how these vehicles progress in the future is obviously bright. So I'm going to end with one thing. When Josh Duhamel was up here a minute ago, I said, do you want to drive that? I might know some people. So I just want you to know, Josh Duhamel is asking if he can drive this over in Germany. So we might have to make an arrangement for him to do that in the near future.
He can come Friday to our proving ground. We will take this out on Friday in the proving ground with some journalists, and of course we will drive it ourselves. But I took it already out on the Nürburgring, so everything next to that is not so exciting anymore. But still, I enjoy every second in this car. And and we will expand and move on. And also, like we did already on many cars, we will have also powerful electrifications. We are working already on concepts for N. Next year we start racing with ETCR, with the Veloster N-based ETCR race car, battery electric race car. And so if you see how tight the link is between our motorsport activities and our N cars, and when we start electric TCR racing next year, you can get an idea where this will end up, right?
It's exciting right now at Hyundai to see the SUVs from last year and the numbers that you're bringing to market and the concepts, electrification and the horsepower, everything that makes the brand fun. I appreciate your time always here at the Auto Show. Congratulations on an awesome car as well. All of them here at the Auto Show. Thank you so much. We are having a great time here at the Hyundai booth at the LA Auto Show. So much news and so many things. I think we're about ready to wrap this up here at the Auto Show as we continue showcasing some of these vehicles to you. We want you to tune in online, check out all these vehicles on the Hyundai website. A lot of great news happening here at the LA Auto Show. For our third installation of Hyundai News here live at the Auto Show, I'm Mike Caudill, and again, thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.